This is your sports TV station in Lorain, WLCS TV 20.
And welcome as we have 7th grade girls volleyball for you today on WLCS TV 20 alongside Joe Bach. My name's Rob Polinsky. It's the Southview 7th graders taking on Longfellow from Southview Middle School. The 7th graders from Longfellow are coached by Christine Brewster. She is in her 5th season. They are on the right side of the net. Coach Brewster in her 5th year, and the 7th grade coach of girls volleyball for the Southview team, for the Southview Middle School, is Lucas Wright. And Coach Wright is in his 1st year as head coach as he gets his teams lined up here. And we're just about set to get underway for 7th grade girls volleyball. 6 girls per side, Joe. And let's see, Longfellow is 5-3. Southview is 4-2. These two teams met earlier this season, and they were a couple of close games, but it was Longfellow defeating Southview in 2. And you play 2 games out of 3, and the games go to 25. So serving the first time, a nice deep serve that is sent back over, and the point will go to Southview.
And Rob, TV 20 was at that game.
Okay.
You weren't there, but it was a pair of gems, 25-23. Southview took them both.
All right, and we'll do our best with these numbers because they're only on the back of the jersey. So unless they turn around, Joe, I'm not going to be able to tell you who's who. And I won't even get into the fact that they all look the same. But anyway, hitting at the end of the net is Nyara Lurie. Nyara Lurie puts it into the net. We're tied at 1. Just underway, game 1, 7th grade volleyball. With Southview and Longfellow, it will be Longfellow serving. Couldn't get her number. Sent to the back row. And it'll be sent over for Longfellow on the second hit to the Southview side. And unable to get it over the net for Longfellow was Lania Smith. So Southview with a 2-1 lead as this match is at Southview Middle School. Southview, they do have the names on the numbers on the sleeves. Longfellow does not, so we'll try to get it for you that way. It was Elena Morales Melendez serving. And the point that time, as I was looking at her name, went to Longfellow, so we're tied at 2. Longfellow serving, and that one's going to go wide and out of bounds, so Southview with the point, 3-2. Again, you score on every serve, and you go to 25, and it's the best 2 of 3. Now serving is Nyara Lurie. Lurie serving, as we have a substitution for Longfellow, as it was Ariana Fickey coming out, and we'll try to get the number of the young lady coming in. Again, serving is Nyara Lurie. 3-2, her team leads. Nyara with a good serve, and it went right between the first row and the middle row, so it's 4-2 on the ace. For Longfellow, it went behind Dasani Smalls and in front of Jayla King. We'll have to try to communicate a little bit better there, Joe.
Oh, most definitely.
Second serve. Again, basically same spot. This time it's sent over. And that was Elena Arkle who was able to send it over. And Longfellow gets the point. They cut the lead to 4-3.
Yeah, back and forth. That's how it was the first time around.
Yeah, 2 really close games. So I would anticipate more of the same. That serve is going to come up just short as they're unable to get it over the net, and that will make it 5-3 Southview. Don't have a number 50 on the back of our Longfellow jersey, so not sure who that was. And unable to go back to the back row to get it was Jayla King. Dai Delarosio first hit it, and now that makes it 6-3. That's the biggest lead here in game 1 for Southview. Nice line drive serve. That's going to be a point. And serving is Alora Feliciano. So 3 consecutive points for Southview. They lead 7-3 here early on in game 1. Feliciano again sends it over. Dug out nicely. And unable to put it over from the back row was Lurie. That gives Longfellow the point, and they cut the lead to 7-4. There's an ace that fell between two defenders. Anicia Rodriguez, one of the young ladies there on the right side of the front row, unable to track that one down along with Ariana Wright. Ariana Wright sends it back over to the Longfellow side. Second hit, Wright now puts it back to Longfellow. And they're able to hit it over, and unable to play it was Anicia Rodriguez. Gives the point to Longfellow, and they've cut this lead to 7-6. Joe, I think you anticipated a very close match here, and so far you're right on. From the back row, Longfellow unable to put it over. Gives Southview the point, makes it 8-6 Southview.
Yeah, it didn't get any closer in the first time around, although it was 2-0, but they were both by identical 25-23 marks.
Anicia Rodriguez to serve for Southview. Anicia with the serve over the net, but it is wide and out of bounds. That will give the point to Longfellow, give them the serve, and a chance to tie the game one here at 8 as Aaliyah Arkle goes back to serve. Arkle with a nice serve. It's sent back over. Arkle watches that one land, and let's see, it landed inbounds. So that point will go to Southview. They lead 9-7.
Let's go, Southview!
Southview serving. Good serve. From the back row, Southview trying to hit it over here on the third hit, and boy, a nice job they do so, and I believe it was inbounds.
Oh,
No, just out. Good effort there, but it is just out of bounds. It's 9-8, Southview with the lead.
I thought it was in too.
Well, Joe, we sit up here, and
Yep.
our eyes aren't as young as they used to be. Now we're tied, yeah, an ace tied with 9 as Ariana Wright wasn't able to pass that ahead. First tie in this match. Tied at 1 in game 1. Off the top of the net, that's going to be a point as serving is Lania Smith, and she gives Longfellow their first lead of this match. So Longfellow takes their first lead at 10-9. We were tied at 1 and at 2. And again at 9. And this time the point will go to Southview, and we're tied at 10. We're in game 1. Tied at 10, neither team able to get the momentum, and Shania Smith will serve for Southview. Good line drive off that underhand serve. 11-10 on the ace for Southview. Serve is sent over, and unable to come up with it from the back row was Fickle, and it makes it 12-10. And we're going to get a substitution for Longfellow as Shania Smith will set your weight to serve. Smith again set to serve. Shania Smith sends it over to the back row, and that's going to be a point as it's now 13-10. 4 consecutive points for Southview off the serve of Shania Smith. Her team halfway to victory in game 1 as we played at 25. Middle of the front row. Southview's be able to send it over to the Longfellow side. Now to the back row, and unable to get it over are the Southview team, so it goes to Longfellow. They don't even go by their nicknames anymore, right, Joe? It's just basically all Lorain, right?
It's all Lorain, yeah.
Okay. I almost said Southview Saints there.
Yeah.
Habit. Am I allowed to do that? Or?
I've done that. Yeah, you could do that.
Dasani Smalls serves it, hits it out of bounds.
Yeah.
Southview gets the point. They lead 14-11. Old habits sometimes hard to die. Let's see. Serving now will be Elena Morales-Melendez.
Yeah, they're all Titans now.
Yeah, there you go. Morales-Melendez will serve and doesn't able to put that over the net, so Longfellow gets the point, and they cut the lead to 14-12. Paige Brewster, fifth-year head coach for the 7th grade for Longfellow, and it's Lucas Wright in his first year as the 7th grade coach for Southview. Good serve that's sent over by Dai Della Rosario, makes it 14-13. So Della Rosario now with a chance to tie this at 14. Another well-placed serve that will go out of bounds on the second hit that went over. It was Eleonora Feliciano trying to keep it in play to Anicia Rodriguez. And that serve that time is wide. So the point goes to Southview and they regain the lead 15-14. Joe, sometimes it's just as simple as which team has the higher serve percentage.
Exactly, especially at the 7th grade level.
Because you're not going to have long rallies. Nayara Lurie with her serve, well done, dug out, sent over. One of our longest rallies of the match, and that one's going to go wide, and the point will go to Longfellow, and we are tied at 15.
Now this is called rally scoring.
Right.
Can you imagine if it wasn't rally scoring, you'd
No.
have to serve. You'd have to serve to score a point.
Well, I mean, I can imagine because we used to do it.
Yes.
Way back in the day. But I can't remember if I was helping you then, Joe, or not.
Yeah,
but
they played to 15 then.
16-15 Longfellow, and serving, again, I don't have a 50 for Longfellow, so on the 7th or 8th grade team. So not sure who this young lady is serving, but for Longfellow, as we get set here. And they'll reserve. And it's sent over. And Longfellow plays it very well, and getting that well-placed shot was Linnea Smith. Gives her team their biggest lead in game 1 at 17-15. Again, Longfellow beat them the first time these two teams met in 2 very close games. And they lead this close game 17-15. And that hit will go wide and out of bounds. Unable to keep it on the inbounds was Ariana Wright. And Longfellow has their biggest lead at 18-15. And they have run off 4 consecutive points. And from the middle of the front row, Mariah Wade hits it into the post. 19-15, and I think we're going to get a timeout. We are. First timeout of game 1 for Lucas Wright and Southview. His team has given up 5 consecutive points after leading 15-14. They now trail 19-15. So we've got 7th and 8th grade girls volleyball for you today from Southview Middle School. Alongside Joe Bach, I'm Rob Polinsky. Pleased to be with you here today. Again, the Southview 7th graders 4-2, and Longfellow is 5-3, Joe.
Right. Yeah, this game, everybody's watching. We weren't able to stream live here at the middle school, so thanks for watching on the on our YouTube channel, on playback. And if you're not already subscribed to TV20, if you subscribe, you'll get notifications when we go live and when we upload videos. So if you haven't done so already, yeah, subscribe to TV20's YouTube channel. We have almost, we're closing in on 2.8 million views. So very popular here in the city of Lorain and surrounding area.
How much of a cut do you get out of that, Joe? On
Nothing.
Come on now. I'll negotiate for you. I'll be your agent.
Okay. All right. We'll have to talk.
Serve went into the net. Point goes to Southview. They trail 19-16. And nice hit to the back row for Longfellow. They're going to get the point. And it makes it 19-17. That was well done, as it was Mariah Wade sending that over.
And timeout. Well, the timeout worked for Southview. They broke the serve, and they got another point, so they closed it within 2. So Longfellow's going to try to return the favor here.
So let's say recap this a little bit here. We were tied at 1. We were tied at 2. Southview then would take command early on as they got out to a 4-point lead at 7-3. 3 consecutive points by Longfellow cut it to 7-6. Back and forth, we were tied at 9, tied at 10. And then Southview went on a run of 4 consecutive points to go from down 10-9 to going up 13-10. And then Longfellow made their cut into the lead as they tied it at 14. Southview led 15-14. Then a 5-0 run for Longfellow to make it 19-15 Longfellow. Southview has scored the last 2 points, so it's now 19-17 as it will be Southview serving over to Longfellow, and serving is Feliciano. Sends it over, and Rosario hits it out of bounds. 19-18, they're within a point. Laura Feliciano sends it over and unable to come up with it. There's an ace as miscommunication. Melody Lincoln and Dai Della Rosario not on the same page there as to who was going to hit that. And we're tied at 19. Second hit, well done, but just out of bounds a little bit there as it was Wright trying to hit it over. Longfellow gets the point, and they lead 20-19. Again, miscommunication as sending it over was Ariana Wright. We're tied at 20. That fell between 2 Longfellow defenders in the back row.
Yeah, there's been some critical communication mistakes on the Longfellow side.
Serve is going to be an ace. 21-20 Southview. Substitution. Longfellow. As coming out will be Melody Lincoln. And they didn't get the number. Okay, number 42 coming in. Aaliyah Arkle. Southview 4 points away from game 1 here, up 21-20. Send it deep. Della Rosario into the net, 22-20 Southview. Mariah Wade, line drive serve, and let's see.
It's an ace.
It is right on the line, 23-20. 4 consecutive points for Southview after trailing 20-19. Has given them 2 points away from game 1. Good deep serve. Della Rosario hits it into the bench, and we're at game point.
All right, Southview will be serving now 4 match points.
Yeah,
or set
game
points.
point, or set point, whatever you want to call it. Set or game point. Mariah Wade serving for game 1. Good deep serve. Della Rosario sends it back over to the Southview side. And back and forth they play it. And hitting it into the net and then over the net. The Southview, and Longfellow gets the point, and that was Lania Smith, who played that very well, Joe. Lania Smith with a good hit. Southview wasn't able to send it over.
Well, the best volley of the night.
Yeah, it was.
Results in an extension here.
Yes, and now it'll be Aaliyah Arkle serving her team down 24-21. Della Rosario sends it to the back row. A couple of Southview players trip over one another. Hopefully everybody's all right. Mariah Wade went tumbling trying to get to that one. 24-22, the Southview lead is cut to 2. Aaliyah Arkle trying to serve to keep her team in game 1. Sends it over. Played to Lania Smith. She hits it into the net, and Southview wins game 1, 25-22.
Wow. I knew it was going to be close.
And so Southview, who last time lost in 2 games to Longfellow. And Joe, you told me those scores were very, very close.
25-23, 25-23.
This time they win game 1, 25-22.
All right.
So let's step aside, take a timeout. We'll have game 2 coming up. 7th grade girls volleyball. Southview and Longfellow. Southview will try to close it out. Longfellow will try to get a win to send us to a 3rd game. And we'll have that coming up next. You're watching 7th grade girls volleyball on WLCS TV 20, home of Lorain City Schools Television.
Hey Luda, got a sec?
Yeah, what's up?
I'm really worried. One of my friends is living on the street.
I know someone who can help.
Who?
1-800-RUNAWAY.org. They help kids having a rough time at home, in school, or on the street. You can do a live chat on their site. They will help get her to safety.
Thanks, Ludacris.
Trust the National Runaway Switchboard. If you're having a hard time, get online or call to chat now.
We make Marines who overpower the desire to quit with the perseverance to prevail. Not for glory, but for honor. For a code that isn't written or spoken, but lived. It's what we do. It's who we are. It's the battle cry of our fighting spirit. Battles won. See all the battles Marines fight to win at marines.com.
Ohio State is saving lives every day.
This is Ohio State.
We're the economic engine of the state. A major employer.
Over 60,000 students. We're on the forefront of cancer research. An educational core of Ohio.
Impacting tens of thousands daily.
Our alumni organization is nearly 500,000 worldwide.
This is Ohio State.
This is Ohio State.
Ohio State.
This is the Ohio State University.
Game 2, Southview took game 1, 25-22. And they'll start game 2 by serving, and they'll get an ace. As that went between Trinity Barth and Madison Kiefer. Thanks to Joe Bach getting us confirmation that Trinity Barth is playing for the Longfellow 7th graders. That was a young lady. We did not have her correct number. Now we've got that one figured out. And it's 1-0 Southview. And that is Trinity Barth right there hitting it. Unable to get it over the net. Southview leads 2-0. Joe, in a pretty good first game, we had 8 ties from 1-1 to 20-20. And the 3rd serve here now will be sent over, dug out nicely as digging that out, but unable to get it over the net was Feliciano. It's 2-1. So the high water mark for Longfellow, they went up 19-15, and that's when Coach Wright took his time out, Joe. And from that point on, they outscored Longfellow 10-3 to turn a 4-point deficit into a 3-point win.
Great timeout.
Yeah, and there's a line drive ace and first point of the match. Serving for Longfellow, and that young lady is Jayla King. You don't see those overhand line drive serves very often at this level. And King put that one into the net, and Southview leads 3-2.
Well, that'll go a long way because she's doing it in 7th grade, so it's only going to get better.
Yeah,
at some point you gotta convert to the overhand.
Diara Lurie sends it over, and Della Rosario isn't able to pass it ahead. We're tied at 3. Nyara Lurie again serving. Jayla King from the back row sends it over. And that point will go to Longfellow.
Yeah, communication error there. You had 2 ladies going for the ball, and neither one of them got it.
And we're going to have it go.
She was on the line.
Yep. Got to be behind the line. She was standing on the line, so that point will go to Southview, and they now lead 5-3. Feliciano. Good deep serve. Jayla King from the back row. It's sent over, and well done, and they're going to get the point. It's 5-4. And Longfellow, I think that's Trinity Barth serving.
It is.
And she puts it into the net. 6-4 Southview. Ava Randleman, 7th grader serving here for Southview. Randleman serve. Jayla King sends it back over. Left side of the front row to the Longfellow side of the net, and unable to hit it over is Melody Lincoln, and it is now 7-4. Substitution coming in. Lincoln will come out. Randleman the serve. Back row, Jayla King. Sends it over and out of bounds. (8-4) Southview. Will go off the net and out of bounds, so Longfellow gets the point. They cut the lead to 8-5. And serving will be Aaliyah Arkell. Arkell watches that one go out of bounds. Is unable to get it over. It was Aaliyah Wright, or actually,
no, it was in.
Yeah, they're going to give that one to Southview. So my bad. Makes it 9-5. And that serve will go off Jayla King and out of bounds. 10-5. As serving now is Liliana Miller. Liliana Miller gives her team a 5-point lead. And Miller then puts it into the net on that serve. Longfellow gets it back and they trail at 10-6. Serve went out of bounds. Southview leads 11-6. Substitution for Longfellow. Trying our best to get you the new player, and I believe coming in that is Lania Smith. And serving is Ariana Wright. Wright with a nice serve, and that's going to be a point. And she basically put it in between the two rows of defense. And 12-6, nicely done. They've doubled them up. Southview trying to win this 2-0. Longfellow needs a comeback to send it to a third game. And these are all 2 out of 3 up to 25. Middle of the front row. Sending it over is Shania Smith for Southview. And it comes right back to the Southview side. Excellent job by Lurie sending it over, and that's out of bounds wide. Point for Southview. They lead at 13-6. A couple of real nice hits there for Smith and Lurie.
Oh, definitely.
Give their team the lead.
Good communication there. Heard a couple of the ladies yelling out. Wasn't played then and got the point.
Serve will go over the net and be a point for Southview. They lead 14-6. You know what I like here, Joe, that Wright is doing? When you watch her serve, she does the same routine each and every time. Talked about it before. Kind of like a free throw shooter in basketball. Whatever it is that you do, just do it the same way each and every time. And you can see the success she's having putting it over the net. Unable to play it was Zariana McKissick.
Well, that's the biggest lead of the
15-6, yes.
Yeah, and I thought there was going to be a timeout. No, there's a substitution.
So since it was 5-4, Southview with a 10-2 advantage. And that time the serve came back and fell on the Southview side. And unable to play that was Feliciano. So Longfellow finally gets a point and ends that string of several serves there for Southview. And they're going to get an ace off the serve of Lania Smith. And it's 15-8, and they need Lania Smith to come up big here to get Longfellow back into game 2. Lania Mia with the line drive serve. It doesn't get over the net. Southview now leads 16-8, and they have the serve. And going back to serve is Shania Smith. Smith sends it over. And that'll be a point for Southview, 17-8. Much bigger lead than we had in game one. Another line drive serve that is just out, so that point will go to Longfellow. As Aaliyah Arkell did a smart thing, a wise thing. She launched that to go wide, didn't play it, and that point went to her team. And now Jayla King the serve. King with a deep serve that's going to be sent over and out of bounds by Wright. 17-10. Longfellow needs a few more of those to get back in this, down 17-10 in game two. Another well-placed serve, and it's hit right back very, very well from the back row. That was Ariana Wright who played that, and Southview leads 18-10.
Yeah, Longfellow really needed an extended serving time there. She's one of the few overhead servers here today.
Substitution for Longfellow as coming out is Brittany Barth. And serving will be Nyara Lurie. Lurie to the back row. Del Rosario can't get it over the net. Pass it to the front row. They couldn't put it over. 19-10 Southview. Line drive, Arkell sends it back over to the Southview side. And Southview sends it over, but out of bounds as Ava Randleman hit that one a little too far, and it makes it 19-11. Longfellow with the point. They trail here by 8. And on the third hit, Southview's able to put it to the Longfellow side, and they're going to get the point. They lead 20-11. Feliciano sends it, and from the back row, Randleman. They try to get it over, and they're unable to do so. On the third hit, Lurie couldn't hit it over, and it makes it 20-12. Longfellow serving. It was Ariana Fickey serving. Hits it out of bounds, gives Southview the point, 21-12. Randleman serving, her team 4 points away from the match. In the back row, sent back over. And from the middle of the front row, well done, and there's a point. Nice job, middle of the front row. Ariana Wright, boy, Joe, she has had a really good match.
She has.
For Southview. (22-12). Randleman serving, her team 3 points away from the match. In the back row, they get it to Wright. Wright will play it, but plays that one out of bounds. 22-13 now. Longfellow down, and they need to make a run right now. And serving will be Aaliyah Arkell. And there's 1 point. Arkell with the serve. 1 point
at a time.
That's it.
There's no 8-point plays in volleyball here, so.
22-14, they're down. Arkell again to serve. Line drive serve. Right hit it into the net. 22-15. Here's the other thing. If she's able to get a couple more, Joe, all of a sudden it gets a little bit tougher for Southview when you're trying to play out the match. And there, that one wasn't able to get sent over, as it was Liliana Miller trying to play it in 22-16. And we're going to get a substitution. Randleman will come out for Southview, and we'll see who this young lady is replacing her. It's Mariah Wade. It is.
All right.
Mariah Wade, who we saw earlier, comes back in. Takes the back row for Southview. Della Rosario for Longfellow, sends it over. And Southview gets the point. And they're 2 points away from the match, 23-16.
Yeah, that was a huge point.
Liliana Miller is serving. Miller puts it over. Right now will send it, and it's going to be out of bounds. It'll be Longfellow point, 23-17. So 23-17. Della Rosario, good deep hit. And Miller played it. It probably would have been out of bounds. Plays it 23-18. That's where somebody needs to tell her, because she's looking at the ball, not looking at the line. Somebody needs to yell out, 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 so she knows not to hit it. So Della Rosario sends it back over. And nice job by Mariah Wade. Della Rosario plays it from the back row. Sent out of bounds. Another point for Longfellow. Cuts the lead to 23-19.
Well, the first match was, or the first set was 25-20, if I recall.
25-22.
22. She did.
And that time, it went out of bounds.
It's a good thing she missed it.
No, they're giving that to Longfellow.
No, I don't think she touched it.
The scoreboard gave it to Longfellow.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait a minute. Whoa. Now there's a scoreboard.
Should be 24-19 Southview.
Yes.
We'll try to fix that.
24-19.
Yeah, they got the score wrong.
No, it's been known to happen, Joe.
Well, there we go, 24-20. Yeah.
And there's
match point.
Yeah, we do think it is match point, and this time unable to put it over is Nyara Lurie. So, believe it's 24-20.
They got it at 24-21.
All right, 24-21.
So that's what we'll go with.
Yes, sir. Line drive serve for the match. Sent over. Southview trying to keep it in play, and they can't get it over on the third hit. It's 24-22.
Oh, boy.
Another match point. Serving. Lonia Smith trying to keep her team in it. And we have a timeout.
Yeah, timeout.
As it will be Coach Wright wants to talk with his team. Yeah, match point up 24-22. Longfellow would have to at least get 2 more match points saved to make it 24-24, because again, for people who maybe don't watch a lot of volleyball, don't know the rules, Joe, you must win by at least 2.
That's right.
And Southview won the first game 25-22. They lead this one 24-22. Longfellow serves.
Yeah, just a reminder for our viewing audience, and for you too, Rob, because I didn't get to brief you on pregame. So at the end of this match, we will close it out. And if you want to watch the 8th grade, then you'll go back to the YouTube channel and select the 8th grade game and watch that one.
Okay.
So.
And usually when it comes to that stuff, I just say what Joe just told you, what Joe said.
All right, here we go.
All right, so Linnea Smith serving. Smith off the top of the net. That's going to be a point, 24-23. Talk about a game of inches, Joe.
Wow.
If that falls on the Longfellow side, the match is over. But she hit the top of that tape, and it just made it over. Feliciano couldn't play it, and it's 24-23. And now we're tied at 24 as hitting it into the net was Lurie.
How many match points have they staved off?
Well, I had 24-19, but with the scoreboard, when I got all messed up, I really don't remember what happened. But I think 5 in a row. But I also think they might have missed a point somewhere in there. Southview now leads 25-24 as Smith wasn't able to serve it over the net.
Okay, here we go. Here's
Southview again with a chance.
Serve.
Yeah. I think we're going to time out here. Or
No, I guess not.
okay, no timeout. They're just going to serve it. And serving is Shania Smith to try to give her team the match.
Here we go.
Southview leads 1 with the serve, 25-24 for the match. Smith serves to the back row, sent back over to the Southview side. Smith will hit it, and it will be sent over. Linnea Smith for Longfellow, back to the Southview side, back to Longfellow. And it was tied at 25 as Mariah Wade wasn't able to play it ahead. Again, we're tied at 25. And again, if you're wondering, you have to win by 2. So this is not match point. Jayla King serving. Nice crowd here tonight.
Oh, very nice.
King sends it over. Dug out nicely from the back row. Back to the Southview side. Della Rosario hits it out of bounds, and Southview
another match point.
Up 26-25.
If you see the camera shaking, it's not me. They're rumbling the bleachers here. Here we go.
Nyara Lurie serving for the match. Lurie sends it over. Southview plays it from the back row. That was right. And again, Longfellow saves another match point. We're tied at 26. The other impressive thing is, for the most part, Joe, late in this match, the serving has been very good.
Yeah, it has.
And with all the pressure, that's pretty impressive. Tied at 26. Longfellow serves, sends it over the net. And wide, and now Longfellow will get their first game point. Longfellow finally with a chance now to win game 2. Up 27-26. Serving Dasani Smalls. Smalls to try to even this at a game apiece. And she'll do just that.
Oh my God.
Longfellow came all the way back. Give them a ton of credit. They were down 24-19, and somehow, some way, they find a way to win it. 28-26. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, we'll have game 3 for the match. Southview and Longfellow, 7th grade girls volleyball. Game 3 for the match is coming up next.
No one knows where it comes from. Why some have it and some don't. It's the fighting spirit, and it needs to be fed. It consumes fear, self-doubt, and weakness. It stands ready to protect those in danger. And to fight whatever shape the battle takes. Because as long as there are battles, there will always be Marines.
And welcome back. Game 3 gets underway as Longfellow somehow, some way came all the way back in game 2 to even this at a game apiece. They lead 1-0, and Jayla King, an outstanding server, serving for Longfellow, hoping to give them some momentum here. King sends it, and it will be played from the right side of the front row, and it fell in front of Shania Smith. It's 2-0 Longfellow. So Longfellow will try to take that momentum that they got at the end of game 2, keep that going, Joe. Unbelievably, they came all the way back to win 28-26 after I had them trailing 24-19.
Yeah.
Tied it at 24, tied at 25, tied at 26, win it 28-26. Really good game or set played by both teams. And now it's 3-0. Longfellow takes the early lead here. Southview will have to try to get a point here and come back. You can't let Longfellow get a big lead here in game 3 because they had all that momentum from the second game. And they're going to take a 4-0 lead as Jayla King is serving very well to begin the third game. Jayla King serves, and from the back row, hitting it into the net will be Ariana Wright. 5-0. And that serve as an ace makes it 6-0.
Yeah, somebody inadvertently yelled out.
Wasn't us, right?
No, no, no.
So Jayla King does a great job serving so far, leading 6-0. King again, and that's going to be an ace. Fell between two defenders, 7-0. And look at the momentum that Southview had and how quick momentum can shift. Longfellow's credit, they were down match point. They were down 5 points. They came all the way back, and now they put one of their best servers out there, Jayla King. She has served 8 in a row, 8-0.
Yeah, great strategy by Longfellow, one of the few overhand servers, starting her off.
And to her credit, she's getting it over the net, and she has 9 consecutive times. I mean, just to do that, Joe, at this level is pretty impressive. Normally, after a couple of serves, we see someone hit it into the net or wide, but Jayla King, 9 in a row, 9-0. King again, high, deep serve, played from the back row, well done. And it's going to be a point for Southview. As doing a good job there was Anicia Rodriguez from the back row. And it makes it 9-1. They get their first point. And going back to serve is Shania Smith. Smith serves. Della Rosario from the back row hits it over. And Longfellow quickly gets the point. They lead 10-1. Della Rosario, that was well placed because she hit it just over the net.
Oh, perfect.
And yep, Southview's defenders couldn't do anything with it. Morales Melendez tried to play it, unable to do so. And now going back, Lania Smith again with a serve, another overhand line drive serve, 11-1. So they have their 2 best servers serve back-to-back here in game 3.
Great strategy.
Yep, and it's given Longfellow the early lead, 11-1. Again to the back row, it's hit out of bounds, 12-1. Unable to play that was Anicia Rodriguez. Lania Smith, line drive serve, middle of the front row. And for Southview, Morales Melendez got it, but we had one of the Southview defenders into the net. And that point will go, I think they're giving that to Longfellow, they are. And that makes it 13-1. So you need to fix the scoreboard. There you do. Line drive serve from the back row, 14-1.
Wow.
Timeout for Southview.
Boy, momentum's a funny thing sometimes.
It
Boy.
is. And when you get your chance, put somebody away, you better find a way to do it.
Yeah, well,
and Southview weren't able to.
had their chances.
They did, and to Longfellow's credit, they were able to play through the second game, and now they send it to a third game. And
now, wait a minute. Did they play to 15 maybe?
Okay, they told me to 25, but obviously I did not get that correctly.
Now that's hold on a second here, because
That's it. The official, it's over, Joe. You know, I mean, they told me the 25, 3 games. I'm glad I asked both coaches the rules.
Well, let me tell you, we covered the match, 7th and 8th grade match, a couple weeks ago. And the third match was to 15. I mean, I'm 25, although it was the It was the 8th grade match, so I don't know if 5th grades played a 5th grade. Well, okay, well.
Well, it's over. Longfellow
over.
wins 2-1. Sorry we didn't know that, but they win Game 3 15-1 after they won Game 2 28-26. Game 1 went to Southview by a score of 25-22.
Yeah.
So with the win, Longfellow now goes to 6-3 on the season for Coach Christine Brewster's team. And for the 7th graders for Southview, Coach Lucas Wright, his team drops to 4-3.
And for Lorain bragging rights, that's 2-0. Longfellow defeats Southview this year.
Yeah, and that's going to do it for our 7th grade coverage. Joe, great to be here with you again. Appreciate
likewise.
everything.
Thanks for coming out.
Yep, and we'll have 8th grade volleyball coming up.
It'll be on a different stream, so if you're on our YouTube channel, close this one out and reload the 8th grade game.
And we want to remind you once again that you've been watching Lorain 7th grade girls volleyball on WLCS TV 20, home of Lorain City Schools Television.